Welcome back, whiners. It's your girl P Honey with another solo wine, of course. I've had a couple months with Pedro, like where I've had to take him to the vet. If you're new here, Pedro is my dog. He's my dog. I've had to take him to the vet. I had to take him to the vet once to get shots and a booster and a heartworm blood test, And then I had to take him back because he was freaking out with the shot. So I had to give him anxiety medicine, which broke my heart. How do people have kids and do this? That's what I'm wondering. Like, I was panicked. Got to the vet, and they were like, okay. And they took the leash, and I was following along. They looked back at me and were like, oh, no, this is a vet tech appointment, my girl. You got to sit out in the waiting room. And I said, I was not told this. And he said it would really be so much easier. So anyway, I'm fine. He's fine. They got the test. The treats I brought worked. I think the vet tech might have been lying to me. Like, he might have just told me that the treats worked. I was like, he's allergic to peanut butter. Don't give him yours. He's, use these ones. And he came out and he was like, the treats were great. That was a great call. And I think he was like really stroking my ego. I don't think he was telling the truth. But anyway, he's fine. It's all fine. But now he's just like sad and quiet and weird. And like today we went on a walk and he just sat in the grass. He's never done that. He's never just like paused his pee or his poop to like sit. I was like, come on. So I'm very happy to be drinking this wine. This was recommended by @BrittanyDixon. Thank you for the recommendation. And I've had it before. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've had Yes Way Rosé before. And I went with this one because I needed a sure thing. Like, I'm not emotionally stable to like have a wine that I don't like right now. So I actually picked up the can because the cans were cold and the bottles at the liquor store were not. So that's where we're at today. Welcome to Adultish Wines Podcast, where we're grown enough to pay bills, but messy enough to still text our exes. Grab a glass of wine and let's get adultish. I am, speaking of Pedro and dogs, I'm obviously just like a friggin' cat lady, dog lady now. No, not a cat lady. I'm never going there. Okay, we're never going there. But I need to talk about, you guys are so concerned for me about Poppi, the foster dog. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for understanding me. I feel so at home with you all. Everyone thought she was going to be a foster fail. And I knew she wasn't from the beginning because she had a date that she was transferring to her next destination, right? And I knew, and I didn't even think I was going to like her because she's a girl and I don't like girl dogs. We just don't get along. I'm not a fan. But anyway, so she had a for sure transfer date. If you guys don't know what a foster fail is, because I'm new to this world too, a foster fail is where you choose to only foster the animal, but then it ends up becoming your animal. Like, it's living with you. It becomes yours. Technically, that is what happened with Pedro, but technically not, because with Pedro, I fostered with the intention to adopt. I always knew I wanted to adopt him unless he was some crazy psycho, aggressive, beaten rescue animal. Like, and then, I mean, God, what a terrible person. I would have given him up. I don't know. But like, so anyway, foster fail is when you intend to foster and then you end up keeping the dog. And so I knew she wasn't going to be a foster fail because she already had that destination planned. Like the rescue, it was whatever date that was. Bye. I knew that. And then it was funny because I knew that she wasn't going to stick around with me, but you guys were all so invested that I felt like you were like disappointed in me. Like I did something wrong by giving away this dog that everyone fell in love with. So my bad. And I'm about to get into that a little bit more because it really triggered some things for me. But first, let's get into a couple wines of the week from the whiners. Okay. This first one I really felt. It was my group text removed me because I said I wasn't available for the girls' trip. But that didn't mean I didn't want to still see all the details in the convos. Felt that. Like, I'll mute the group text. Why would you ever remove me? You just threw me away. That's how I feel. Like, I don't mean anything to you. I'm not providing any funny, great commentary to this conversation. You just don't want me here. Like, that would absolutely feel like a huge slight. So that was from @knee_qua. So thanks for submitting that, and I do feel you on that. That's like the ultimate betrayal. One time I was in a I don't really get mad very easily, but one time I did get in a very large text altercation, excuse me. I'm gasping for words because it was so crazy that I did so. I went off. I literally sent I don't know, 10 paragraphs. It was about politics. It was about COVID. It was about viruses. It was about this. And I basically just said, like, I'm fucking done with you bitches. And I went off. And somebody left the group message on their own. Which, like, honestly, good for them. You're protecting your peace. But, like, I did feel like, damn, does that mean you don't have my back? Are you on the opposite of this as me? Or you just don't want to be involved? Or what is it? You know? So it's a precarious situation to be in a group message in the first place. So felt that. Don't remove your friend. If your friend wants to be removed, they can ask. Like, I'm in a group text right now for a bachelorette party, and the bachelorette is in charge of, like, okay, you're not coming, I'm going to, like, remove you because this is specifically only for the bachelorette party. That makes complete sense. But, like, with your group friends and it's just, like, just a girls' weekend you can't attend, relax. Let me stay in the text message. That's crazy. The other one was, I think I'm becoming a hoarder, LOL. And this is from at Kelly Hearts. Do you watch Hoarders? Because that's the thing you need to do immediately to stop. Stop you dead in your tracks. A hoarder is, with so much respect, please stop. Stop while you're ahead. There's mice and poop. Mice are pooping where you're eating. You're stepping on things. What kind of hoarder are you becoming? Because are you just like a collector of fun things? You just don't like to get rid of things? Because that's me too. I'm not a hoarder. I just like to have all my things. Am I in denial? Maybe. I actually used to, my friends used to really get on me because I would not get rid of things. Never to the status of the Hoarders, the TV show, if you know what I'm talking about. But it can really get away from you is what I'm saying. And it does feel good to depart with things. So I would implore you to put things in piles, things you love and can never part with, things that maybe you could part with one day, and things that you just don't need at all ever. But, like, if they're, like, sentimental things, like, keep them. Put them in I think you can get, like, nice, like, keepsake boxes, like, put those up in your linen closet. You're not going to look at it for 10 years, but at least you know one day you have it if you do want to. I have this this book that my mom sent to me, and she like basically took notes in it, or like addressed each page to me. It's a kid's book, and it says everything is going to be okay. And I think that's the book. I have two books around the same size, but basically, and I had this box of collectibles. And while she was alive, I never looked at that book. I mean, I put it in the box of collectibles and I never looked at it again. The moment she died, I was on a rampage to find that book. I was asking my sisters, you know that book that mom sent me that one time years ago, and she had notes in it. It was addressed to me. It said my name. It had every detail. She was sent. It was about a group of kids in a book making new friends, and she literally talked to me in the book. And my sisters were like, I don't know. I'm like, I know I have this book somewhere. I know it. I know it. Weeks. I mean, I was scavenging around, like, my house, my sister's house. I was my storage unit. I was going to find this book, and I found it. So it's like, you never know when you're going to need something, because in the moment, I did not want that fucking book. Like, Mom, don't write me a book. That's stupid. I'm an adult. I don't need that. It's like, if there's a fire, I'm grabbing that book. I know exactly where it is. It's very important to me. So if it's important to you, keep it. If it's not, like, start to get rid of that shit. But thanks for the wine, and sorry I called you a real hoarder. But work on it, okay? Don't get too wrapped up in that thing, because the mice poop really freaks me out. The freezer with the food, no, you can't, no. Don't go down that road. Whiners, as y'all know, sometimes we talk about hard things on the pod, and the stigma around mental health is one of them. That's why I'm so happy to have BetterHelp Therapy as a sponsor. There's no shame in the therapy game. You don't need to have a serious clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety to go to therapy. You can just be a regular human with regular humanish to figure out. Therapy can even just help you with everyday tools for everyday life. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible. I know finding a therapist can be the most intimidating step of starting this journey, and the benefit of BetterHelp is that it's online, remote, and you get matched with a professional therapist within days. Use the link in the description of this episode or go to betterhelp.com/adultish. It's so easy, you will not regret it. Don't be scared. If you don't love the first therapist you're matched with, you can easily switch. That's one of the things I was worried about. When I tell my whole life story to one person, I have to switch to another one because I'm not really getting along. So this one, you don't have to worry about the network, the insurance, blah, blah, blah. So if you need an unbiased professional to vent to, or whether you have anxiety, PTSD, depression, or family issues, I think BetterHelp is a great place to start. Click the link in the episode description or go to betterhelp.com/adultish for 10% off your first month. Love you, Whiner. Okay, y'all. Poppi, R.I.P. No, she's not dead. Poppi is not dead. She's just on to bigger and better things. R.I.P. to Poppi in P's life. She was, okay, quick update. I actually did an episode on how Poppi was a little slut and I didn't like her like a few episodes ago. So if you haven't listened to that one, maybe go tune in. I think that was episode 139-ish. She hadn't been fixed yet. And again, I'm new to this foster world, so she hadn't been fixed. And I don't get along with girl dogs anyway. I didn't know that, okay, this is crazy. I didn't know that they got their periods. Like I did, but like I wasn't prepared for that. And I wasn't prepared for the dog to be as hormonal as like me, a human, or a girl or a woman that I know. So basically, fostered Poppi for about 3 weeks. Her and Pedro, I don't want to say did not get along, but like she only wanted to have sex. And Pedro didn't because he's a good boy and listens to me. So I would tell Pedro, back up, leave her alone. And then she would get mad that he wasn't participating in the sexual acts. And so then she would swat at him or snap at him. And it just so I always had to be around her. So it was honestly a very taxing time to foster this dog. And gets me thinking, am I going to continue to foster? I'm not sure, because my level of productivity went way down. I had to be watching them both or one in a crate, so it was difficult. I'm setting this all up to say, why am I so sad that this dog is gone? She was a pain in my ass. She was a little sleut. She didn't like Pedro. She was too small. I like a big, bulky dog. You know what I mean? I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. I can't have a little tiny girl. So why was it so hard to get rid of her? I nurtured her. I bonded with her. I picked her up from her surgery and she was tail wagging when she saw me. You guys know I don't have kids. I just felt like I was her person. And I knew when I agreed to start fostering, I knew that it was going to be temporary. I was like, I got to start with a temporary foster. I can't be wrapped up with a 9-month foster, like a foster waiting for an adopter. I need an end date, right? Because my work life, my podcast life, my networking life, my family life, my travel life, I got too much going on. I have 2 dogs at the moment, right? And especially unpredictable. So I was like, perfect. A girl dog, which I hate, 3 weeks, plenty of time. She's got a turn-in date. This is going to be easy peasy. I had no idea that I was going to be so upset. And people are surprised. Y'all are surprised that I was surprised at myself. I knew I would be sad, but I didn't think I was going to sob for 20 minutes on my way to drop her off at her transport to sad songs in the car. That's crazy. Real tears. I posted a video to my stories on Instagram, and I had to specifically choose the part of the video where you cannot hear me sobbing. Literally trying to catch my breath like someone died in my family. I don't know, you guys. Overall, great experience. But again, I said in that episode where I talked about her being a slut, she triggered me because of my past slut ways. And in this, she triggered me because of the abandonment. Raise your hand if you've been abandoned. 2 hands going up. I wasn't sad because I didn't want to keep her. I was sad because I knew that she was just passing through, and I'm another person in her life who, for all she knows, is throwing her away. And I know that I didn't throw away. I know that I helped save her life, right? Like, she is on her way to a temporary foster. She's been adopted. Amazing. She's going to be in Pennsylvania living her absolute best life. But I can't help the feeling. And, like, yeah, I'm making it so about me, but I cannot help the feeling that, like, she's like, that fucking bitch. She taught me how to sit. I learned that I had to sit before I put my leash on. I learned that I had to sit before I could eat, and then she told me break. Like, I really, like, put my energy and invested my time in her, and then I see ya. So it just reminded me of my life. It reminded me a little bit of what I've been through. And I do want to, like, again, before I go into, you know, all of my trauma, I will claim that I have been abandoned by many people in my life, but, like, whether it was intentional on their end or, like, maybe they're not as, you know, serious as I am about commitment. Who the fuck knows? But the moral of the story is, like, you were in my life and you chose to leave. So that's, I don't know what the definition of abandonment, but, like, look it up in the dictionary, which I need to use more because I'm tripping over my words all the time on this show. For example, like, my dad, like, not that I want him in my life, but he's a deadbeat. He was physically abusive, mentally abusive, sexually abusive. So, like, he left. He chose to be that way, left. My mom, I mean, regardless of her drug usage, for sure, like, she's obviously choosing the drug over being, like, a present, aware, lovely, amazing, nurturing, warm mom. Although she did give very warm hugs. I do miss those. But with my mom, I mean, she allowed me to move to California. We were living in Washington State with my grandparents, and I said, Mom, can I move with my sisters to California? I was 15. My sister was 18. My next older sister was 21. I said, can I move with my sisters to California? And she said, okay. Like, I asked to go, and she let me. Like, you're my mom. Like, how are you going to let me do that? That's not, I mean, I do think maybe it was the best case scenario for me, but what if it wasn't? Like, what if I was supposed to stay with my mom a little bit longer? You know, like a cub with their mom in the jungle. Like, you don't know what crazy shit is out there. You need your mom to protect you. Not that she would have because of the drugs, but, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't know. And honestly, like, that is definitely we could do a whole series. I know I talked about it in pieces and I make jokes. We could do a whole series on each maybe age group in my life, family member of my life. Of course, I've had my sisters on. If you haven't listened to those episodes, you can get a little bit more backstory. But, like, I won't go too far into detail. But yeah, I mean, like, friends, like, we have fights, and it's like, all right, I don't want to be your friend anymore. What? Like, a friend that I've had since I was 15 years old, and we get into an argument, and you don't want to, and I'm the one like, hey, like, really sorry about that. Can we try and work this out? Like, we've been friends for 15 years. I value you very much, and can we try and figure this out? No, I don't really want to. I did have a friend tell me, too, like, I was just kind of like, hey, look, you've been being pretty distant lately. Like, you know, I know life gets crazy, but would love to kind of keep our friendship going, especially since the move, you know, that was a big thing. Like, and actually I've been told some of my friends thought I abandoned them by moving to Houston out of LA, but I said to my friend, like, hey, like, I know it's going to take work, but, like, can we try and keep this friendship going? And she really said, like, I have nothing, like, there's nothing wrong with us. Like, we've already squashed anything that we had to squash, but, like, it's just going to be too much effort for me right now. Like, I just can't really, like, be friends with you right now. Okay. Like, I could literally cry just thinking about it. It's actually so sad. Like, everything that we've done together, all the memories that we have, and, like, that is so easy to, like, push away, like, thrown away. Exactly like what I'm saying, like I did to Poppi. So hold on one sec. Let me take a swig of wine. I talk about things like that so casually. I think that's my protective layer. But obviously, like, deep down, it hurts. It feels terrible to be thrown away. Whether for a good reason or not, or whether it was on purpose or not. So, yeah. We'll have to circle back to that later. Maybe with my therapist. But moral of this story is, you guys, I'm fine and always going to be fine. No, moral of the story is Poppi was just a moment in my life. What is the saying? Like, here for a good time, not a long time. That's Poppi. I guess that was me in my dad's life too. But no, you laughing? Maybe. She's off in Pennsylvania. She's living her best life. They're sending me photos. I'm in a Facebook group following along. But, like, you guys were so invested, too. Like, one of my friends from Los Angeles, who, like, I barely talk to, shout out at Mommy Paparazzi, made 2 home-sewn handkerchiefs and sent them to me. One for Pedro, one for Poppi. I never even conversed with you about these dogs, like, about, like, how I was fostering. Like, you were in my stories and, like, oh my gosh, like, oh, we need more fosters and stuff like you, but, like, you don't know Poppi, like, you're not here for, like, how touching. It's just made me more motivated to continue to do so, even though it's hard ass work. And I honestly, like, I'm looking forward to doing it again. It's gonna be trial and error. We'll have to see what works. Am I going to foster again? Yes, I'm going to foster again. But, like, it will have to work. And, like, I kind of feel like an asshole with the rescue. You know, they're like, can you help? And I'm like, I really can only pick up the dog on, like, a Friday because I need to make sure the dog is fine over the weekend before I go to my work week. And I need, you know, I have my work life, I have my podcast life. Like, I you know, it's just a lot. And, like, someone recently told me, like, you do a lot. You be doing a lot. And, like, I do, and I enjoy it. Like, I'm really not ever doing things that I don't want to do anymore. I'm really past that stage in life, and, like, I do feel like I've fallen in love with helping dogs in this way, and, like, the culture around it seems so welcoming and family-like, and just, like, all the people that I've been following on Instagram have been like, how are you and Poppi and Pedro getting along? Like, they just want to help and offer their advice, and so, yeah, I feel like a welcome part of the little, like, foster dog rescue community, and I'm excited to see where it goes. The moral of the story is, again, I said one moral. This is another moral. Try new things. Try hard things. Don't give up on people too quickly. Especially, like, people with history. Like, I don't know if people are going around, like, investing their time in friends to make and then just to get rid of them. But, like, I just don't have spare time for that. So I'm not sure. We are pro sex toys on Adultish Whines, whether it's for solo play, partner play, gift for a friend. I mean, I can personally vouch for Adam and Eve. I bought a sex toy or 20. Adam and Eve is giving Adultish listeners a spankin' deal. See what I did there? You get 50% off of one item, 3 special bonus gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. And free discreet shipping, by the way. Go to adamandeve.com to get 50% off the one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. That's ADULTISH at adamandeve.com. Okay, we're going to play Whine or Fine, which, if you've been here long enough, you know how it works. It's like smash or pass, basically. So I'm going to say some statements, some situations, maybe some Sunday scary type of vibes, and you're going to say, if you're into it, it's a fine. If you're not into it, it's a whine. Let's go. These go along with the episode. So letting go of something that wasn't yours to keep, whine or fine. Fine, because I'm not meant for her. I'm not meant for Poppi. I hated that little bitch. I hated her. But no, letting go of something that wasn't yours to keep. Yeah, you borrow something, you love it, you give it back. Absolutely. That's a fine. People who over-apologize for having feelings. Okay, it's a whine, and it is me. I'm always having a moment like this, I'm always crying. I'm always being over emotional, too emotional. Definition of an empath. It's really like kind of toxic. Yeah, I gotta stop apologizing it because it's a natural feeling, but it's embarrassing too, and like it also puts people in a weird. I'm in the lobby of the vet and I'm crying because my dog is back with a very capable person. Like, no, stop crying, but also stop apologizing for it. Saying I'm fine when you're actively spiraling. It's a fine. I'm fine with that. That's not a whine because I say that all the time. It's funny. It's just like a little slogan. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Like it helps me get through, get through the day, get through the life, get through the challenge. So, but like if when you're really going through something hard, I think you know when to press it. Like if your friend is going through a death of a family member and it's recent or something and you're, hey, how are you? And they say, I'm fine. Like you should know to press a little bit. You should know that they're probably not fine. So if you say it with humor, it's part of the joke, good. If you're saying it to cover up because you don't want to deal with like real things, then it's a whine. Crying in parking lots. Yeah, highly recommend. The shower is my favorite place to cry, personally. It's where I come up with my best ideas, and it's where I get my best cries out. The shower at my new place, like, I need to figure something out because there's no seating area in it, and I really like to, like, if I'm going to sob, I like to sit and sob. I got a lot of trauma in my life. It feels really good. No one can hear you. Like, for sure, neighbors can't hear you while you're sobbing in the shower. You kind of can't even, like, am I crying? I'm not sure because is it the shower water or is it tears? You don't know. But crying in a parking lot, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm realizing that the people who have let go of me, it was the right move for them, even though it's not the right move for me. I think that's a hard realization to come to. But I'm also realizing that, like, I've let go of, maybe I've inadvertently let go of people without saying, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Maybe I've kind of changed my course of action. Maybe I've acted differently because maybe I knew that it wasn't where I needed to be as well. So, I guess goodbyes or see you laters. They don't have to be valid. Like, you don't have to explain yourself. And that is one thing. Like, even though I feel like shit because people have abandoned me, like, they don't got to explain themselves to me. That's their life. They don't got to talk to me about their reasoning or why, or I don't need to convince them out of it. Although I have tried with many different people, men in my life, situationships, many times. It's another story for another day. If you've ever cried over something, slide in my DMs. Oh my God, someone just DM'd me today. And I didn't get permission to share, so I won't say her Instagram name, but she's been a guest on my show. Maybe season 3. And she said, hey, you popped across my timeline. Looks like you're doing really well. And I wanted to let you know that a lot's changed since I last sat with you. And a lot of it is because of you. What we talked about, I felt so close to being in therapy that I actually went and I am in therapy now. And she was dealing with some similar things to what I'm talking about. So let's all spiral together, basically. It just goes to show, like, if you're a guest on my show, if you're just a human in life, if you're a whiner, a listener of the show, we're all in this together. That's the whole point. We're in this club together. So that's it. I gotta go get a tissue for sure and crawl into a hole. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for not abandoning me. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Don't fucking abandon me, okay? Don't be another one of them. Stick around. I love you guys. I haven't seen a new review in a while. If you listen on Spotify or Apple, go leave a review. If you're watching on YouTube, comment what wine I should try next or your wines of the week. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Love you. Bye.